Thank you, Ron. And good afternoon, good evening, or good morning, wherever you are. My name is Vijay John Brito. Today, I want to talk about Gen AI in Google Cloud. So we will go over what are the different offerings for generative AI in Google Cloud.
Hey, VJ, you know what I might
Yes.
suggest to make sure we can hear you even clearer? We can see your white hat, your smiling face, but maybe you could turn off your video. That way we can just hear it clearly and there might be less bandwidth issues.
Okay. Could you see my presentation?
Yes, we can see it perfectly fine.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I muted my video.
Okay.
So today we're going to talk about, right, what is, primer on LLM and generative AI, which you might have heard from other speakers as well as, but I will touch upon that quickly. And also what is possible with generative AI and Google Cloud, and how much enterprise ready Google is for generative AI, and what are the different offerings from Google, and why Google, and what are the next steps. So, I mean, if you see, like, in last 6 months to 10 months, I mean, it's like it's a lot of things are coming up, and all of us are listening. So we call it as an industry revolution 4.0. I mean, that era is getting defined by intuitive interaction between humans and technology through processing and generating languages in different modes, such as text, audio, video, or images. This generative AI will have a massive impact on all industries. The rate at which this technology is diffusing industry other than software is entirely unprecedented. To give you some context, the cloud is currently a 400 billion market and growing at 15% and expected to hit 1.5 trillion by 2030. AI is a 100 billion market expected to hit same 1.5 trillion by 2030. It's growing at a rate of 2.5 times faster than the cloud. When we think AI is poised to become the operating system of information moving into the future. Again, important to know, this technology can be easily expensive. This is where some of our strategy differs, in that we are going to be providing choice for the customer with purposeful built models allow you to reduce costs. It is our intention to provide serving costs roughly 60% cheaper than any of our peers. As I mentioned before, we are entering Industry Revolution 4.0. This market is super unclear, ill-defined. We encourage our customer to take some action, but really carefully to invest in things that are situated in business context that are going to have a business impact. Again, Google is a thought leader. We believe that conversation interface is a new new form for this planet to adapt. Let's see, like, I mean, what is this large language model, right? So the large language model have emergent capabilities, which means they do not have to be explicitly trained to do things. Usually in the traditional machine learning, we need to train the model to serve what we want, but here you do not have to explicitly train. I mean, you can train it on a large corpus of data, and then it can learn. It can basically answer your questions, code, sing a song, and much more. Right. So LLMs change how we interact with intelligence system because of the contextual understanding of human language. With an LLM, instead of an SQL query, you can ask a simple question, right? If you want to find information in a website, you can interact with a chatbot and say, like, hey, I want to buy a pair of shoes, and then you can and then this is what I'm looking for. It can take you to the exact page where they have the shoe, or whatever you're looking for, with the descriptions you defined in the chat, to get you what you want very quickly and intuitively. Finally, LLMs are the next in our machine learning journey. Like many years ago, I mean, how do you do machine learning? Like, we will do a simple regression to find a pattern, and then with neural networks, we are able to unlock hidden patterns in a much larger data set. Now with LLMs, we can find patterns and connections in massive disparate data sets. That's the beauty of it. Okay, you may be wondering where Google is in this journey, right? So we remain focused on our mission, organizing world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. I mean, this has not changed. This tidal wave of Gen AI is a perfect opportunity to continue on that mission. Again, generative AI is top of mind for Google, for all of our customer, and we want to reestablish that we are a pioneer in AI. Again, above all, we always focused on being responsible on AI. I mean, customer wants to hear about our innovations, but also about how we are being responsible with those innovations. We have seen risk. That is why we move slowly, we move deliberately, and make thoughtful choices. Right? If you, I don't want to go over the entire timeline. The most important one is 2017. Right? The core work that underpins this technology comes from Google when we introduced the transformer in 2017. It is based on the field-defining paper called "Attention is All You Need." You can call it as a grandparent of modern language models. It radically improved language models, produced high translation qualities that require way less computational power to train. And it was absolutely groundbreaking and continues to drive industry forward. I mean, and also we have open sourced AI more than any company in the world, and we have 3,000 researchers and 7,000 publications all over the world. And Gen AI is part of our DNA. Let's see like what is possible with generative AI and Google. Large models promise an incredible opportunities for industry to innovate on and create new business value. Here is why. Traditionally, you have needed a ton of resources to extract and manage complex, massive data. Large models have processed the world's publicly available data, be it text, audio, or image, and made it accessible to businesses through easy interfaces. And the second thing is like being able to understand humans more intuitively. Large models are making online interactions easier, allowing companies to reach larger audience with less support staff. The very first application are assisting business through content generation, right, which is critical for many of the industries in marketing or compliance, in much more, right? So the content generation, be it text, code, image, or music, this makes employees more productive in their daily job. The large foundation models don't have a used assets, right? I think it has its own it has the flexibility. There are several ways with varying degrees of expertise needed, wherein companies can customize this model, fine tune, prompt tuning, or prompt engineering, and integrate them with their existing ML stacks. I mean, so these are the top use cases we can say, right? We can categorize this into complex data, intuitively accessible, under which come under public website navigation, catalog discovery, which is a common use case, and product or content recommendation. And the second one is online interactions, where you have a document search and synthesize, or internal knowledge bot, or a Q&A, where the employees can access the information quite faster. And then business process automation. And also the third one is the content generation with the click of a button. Like as I mentioned earlier, right, the developer efficiency, document generation, regulatory compliance, to basically just go through the potential violations related to operating procedures. All that can be done in the click of a button, which can take weeks or months to accomplish. I mean, the biggest question everyone has is Google Enterprise ready? So that's what I want to talk about, right? So what are the factors to highlight our enterprise readiness? Again, so these are the kind of the four pillars. I can say data governance and privacy, security and compliance support, reliability and sustainability, and responsible AI. So this things, I mean, basically covers our enterprise readiness for generative AI. Again, cloud data stewardship ensures responsible use of data for cloud AML by upholding our internal data use policies and customer commitments. In fact, if you see, we are the first in the industry to establish, to publish an AML privacy commitment, which outlines our belief that our customers should have the highest level of security and control over their data stored in cloud. The data stewardship team is continually monitoring this fast-changing Gen AI space, I mean, which is rapidly evolving for data use risk, and guiding product teams on effective mitigation strategies to maintain our commitment to our customer, which is super important for us. Okay, so this is the high-level architecture of how this can be deployed, and how our different components interact with each other. If you see, so if you see, like, you have this the customer Google tenant. This is the kind of a different interface where customer access the generative AI services. So we have this Gen app builder, which is kind of our no code, low code way to turn on the chatbot and enterprise search capabilities. Those services, they're kind of a SaaS. So they have the same security guardrails as the other Google Cloud services like BigQuery and all other top services. And the foundation models, which is on the right, the model is kind of frozen, and then there is an adapted layer which is used to interact with the customer tenant with the Google foundation models. And then data in flight is encrypted. I mean, it is stateless. LLMs are stateless, so you don't have to worry about any persistence. And it does not store customer data or parameters. It does not use customer data to improve model, right? So these are the critical things I want to call out. So your data stay within the Google Cloud tenant, and then only the foundation models are being accessed through adapted layer to get the results for the request sent from the customer tenant. And Google provides an open and scalable AI infrastructure. Again, Google's AI infrastructure to make it faster and cost-effective for our organization to scale across the end-to-end machine learning workload, from data preparation and model training. So we offer our NVIDIA GPUs, and also that we have our own TPUs. As well as second thing is price and performance and efficiency. Google is a leader in hardware optimized for running large models, and has created the Tensor processing unit that is highly specialized for training large models. With Google Cloud, you can choose from GPUs through our partnership with NVIDIA, our own TPUs or CPUs to support a variety of use cases. And then last but not least is sustainability, right? It's important to have a low carbon footprint when training your models, and Google's TPU infrastructure run on 90% clear energy and is the most sustainable cloud option for enterprise customers. Again, generative AI comes with its own set of challenges. We are integrating AI into our products boldly and with a deep sense of responsibility and highest stand of information integrity with our AI principles. And we are working hard to develop additional highly relevant responsible AI resources and tooling for our new generative AI offerings. Okay, let's look at some interesting things, right? What are Google's offerings? Again, there are two types of AIs. One is for the consumers, which is Bard and Market Suite, that is available to the end consumer, just like your Gmail and YouTube. So that is powered by Bard. And then it's like if you want to plan a vacation to Venice, right? You can just go and ask that. It can give you a nice plan of what all things you can do in Venice, what are the locations you can see. It helps you plan and do things and generate content, right? It's for the public and consumer side of a use. And the right one is enterprise, which is our scope of discussion today. So it is in case of building for enterprises, right? So there are different factors we need to take into account. One is like information access, right? You don't want organization to know what data your LLMs are being trained on, so it has to be so we don't want it has to be fully access controlled, right? The trainings, the input, output, all need to be secure, and then you need to control your data. And then second is data control. um, more organizations like large investment banks, retail, media companies have first, second, third party data. So organizations need to really think about how they control data that goes into those models, right? That there should not be any issues with what data goes into the model. So that is data control. And third one is like fraud and security. I mean, whole generation of technology and service providers that are going to be ready in this model. Fraud and security is very critical. In regulated industries like banking or healthcare, you need to prove how you got to answer, which is really important in the context of the enterprise. So that's where it's going to help. And then final one is integration, right? I mean, without integration, there is no use. So how you can integrate into the existing data and applications with ease. So that's where the enterprise ready Gen AI, Vertex powered and models are going to be useful. Okay, so this is our cloud AI portfolio. And many of you may know our Vertex AI. I mean, now the generative AI is hosted in this Vertex AI platform. If you see, like in the bottom, we have our foundational hardware, GPUs and TPUs, and then on top of that, we have our foundation models, which serves text, chat, code, video, image, audio, and much more coming. So these are all can be accessed through Vertex AI. Model Garden is our kind of model registry, and Generative AI Studio, where you can access these models and do your prompt fine tuning or prompt tuning, prompt design, prompt engineering. All that can be done in this. And then on top of that, we have this Generative AI app builder, where we have this enterprise search and conversational AI. I'll talk about that in detail in the coming slides. So this one can enable any organization to build a search or chatbot with low code, no code, and then turn their large volumes of data in website, in structured and unstructured, to be easily searchable and easily interactable. And then here we have this Duet AI, which can be your companion in a workspace or even in Google Cloud. Okay, these are the family of models. Let's take a moment and talk about a family of models, right? It starts with the PaLM 2. This large language model underlies everything from BART to MedPalm, and is accessible through Market Suite as well as in Vertex. But once in Vertex, you get to choose the right model for the right job, matching size and performance versus cost. The models available now are Bison models, but more are on the way. Finally, you also get to pick the right modality, like a text, code, image, all tailored to your specific enterprise tasks. Again, so workspace, the Duet AI, which is also very cool, basically is a powerful new way of working that embeds the power of generative AI across workspace, our Gmail, Docs, Sheets, Slides, and Meet. It helps you write, visualize, organize, connect more meaningfully, and much more. I mean, we all know how collaborative the Google Workspace, the Sheets and Docs are. I mean, now the AI is going to be your new collaborator, right? So which is going to be really cool. So this one, the Gen App Builder, the conversation AI, what I mentioned in the AI portfolio. It has give you both out of the box enterprise chat experiences to quickly get up and running with high quality conversational bots using your own private data and advanced developer ecosystem to build sophisticated enterprise bots, highly tuned to your organization, very unique use cases. And behind the scenes, it is powered by Dialogflow. If you're already a Dialogflow customer, you can basically kind of enhance the Dialogflow to with a conversational AI. Again, this is like enterprise search, or I can say like Google search for your internal organization. It will give you the best of Google quality search fused with power of LLMs and out of the box experience. And then if advanced practitioners will be able to use the platform to build their own custom search with additional foundation models, semantic knowledge, summarization, and other tooling. And also it can be accessible via APIs and UI.
Hey, VJ, we've got about 3 or 4 minutes left because I want to get to Haiku. If you could summarize as well.
Okay, 3 or 4 minutes left. Okay, let me quickly go to, yeah, so I'll wrap it up in 2-3 minutes. So these are the foundation models. I want to call it out: PALM for text, PALM for chat, and image gen. Embedding APIs where you bring your embeddings, and then we can build the semantic search, the recommendation engine, and all that out of that. And then Chirp is our speech to text model, and Cody is our code generation model. Again, same thing here: Generative AI Studio, Model Garden, and data. This is the workbench. This is the Vertex foundation layer. I want to skip this. And also we have RLHF. So I want to restate, right? Why Google, right? So it's like, I mean, privacy, choice, grounded in factuality, easy to get started, and security at scale. I mean, for every enterprise, I mean, the controlling IP is very critical. Data governance and IP control even more crucial in the age of generative AI. So you want to be sure your data is protected, not used to train any other models, that the data used is copyright free, that if any of your internal data is not leaked to anyone else, right? Google Cloud governs first, second, and third party data and gives you the ability to integrate, govern, and manage it with end-to-end visibility, right? With inside your own tenant. It's not leaving anywhere. It is within your 4 walls. Second is choice and value. We doesn't believe that one model is not going to be solve anything, right? You cannot have one super model which is going to solve anything. Bigger is not always better. You don't need a trillion parameter model to answer simple questions. And tools like distillation and reinforcement learning mean that any smaller models may outperform larger models on specific tasks, which can be much more efficient. Then third one is grounded in factuality. I mean, large model provide with a lot of creativity, but for enterprise use cases, it is important to also have factual and guardrails. We bring together all LLM search and conversation, gives the ability to ground your answers in factuality. Then it is easy to get started. Yeah, so again, we are known to simplify things, and so it is make it as easy as possible to get started with realizing value from your data. So we are going to do the same with the Gen AI. And the last important one is security, right? Security at scale. I mean, it might be easy to start at the beginning. How do I be secure when I scale up? I mean, that's the biggest question, right? All our generated offerings are built on top of our cloud infrastructure. That means you automatically inherit your existing user security, data management, and entitlement regimes. And with our end-to-end data to AI platform, you're able to manage both your data and models to ensure generative model is fully governed and managed, right? Again, these are the use cases you can think of, like create content, or summarize, discover, automate. So which we can help you jumpstart and see value very quickly. So transforming this kinds of technical leaps into products that helps billions of people is what Google does best. And we all know with search, Gmail, and browsers, right? How Google, even though we started late, but we are pioneer in that today. Same thing. So this is just the beginning of our journey. The best is yet to come, and we invite all our customers to partner with us to co-innovate the future. Again, next steps, I would say, like, I mean, if you're interested, reach out to our account team or sales team. You can go to, like, you can just do a Google search like Google Generative AI. It should take you here. And then if you want to hear more and exciting news and demos, our Google Next 2023 is around the corner in August 29. You can register and or you can watch online. And that's about it. And if you have any questions, yeah, let me know or reach out to Ron.